This is Kaguya-Sama, and you should know that the same creator is making the best anime at the time. Seriously! At the time of recording, this anime is on top of Fullmetal, Bleach, Attack on Titan and Steins Gate. All according to my anime list. What the hell? Who is this person? Well, his name is Akasaka, born in 1988, and well, not much is known about his childhood. If anything, is that his dad was a video game producer, and he worked on RPGs for the Super Nintendo called Terranigma and Illusions of Gaia. This man is the personification of my dad works at Nintendo. These games are based on stories that inspire him to make all his manga. When he was 19, after finishing high school, he attended vocational school, and at the same time, he got a part-time job as a mangaka assistant. You went to a vocational school? Yeah, for a short time. I became mangaka assistant shortly after entering. I was like, it's a new chapter in life, I should get a part-time job, might as well be a manga assistant. After a while, I was like, School? And eventually I just stopped going. He became an assistant to the mangaka couple Jinsei Katoaka and Kazuma Kondo, creators of Deadman Wonderland. Sometime later, he got his first serialized manga, where he helped Hikaru Sugi as illustrator in the adaptation of his light novel Sayonara Piano Sonata. And this was just the beginning of this incredible career. And you know what has already begun? The mangaka series. So if you want to know more about your favorite mangaka, write in the comment section and maybe I could find their dirty secrets. So if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more anime content. After working as an assistant, creating adaptations for light novels and some one-shots, he finally had the opportunity to create his own serialized manga, in which he could finally be the original creator. The name? Instant Bullet. Instant Bullet is something I've been working on since I was in high school. It's my life work. I always thought that if I became a manga artist, I wanted this to be my first original series. Instant Bullet is about 20 people bestowed with unconventional magical powers. These people have similar past circumstances and philosophies with the objective to literally shoot the world. Our main protagonist is Kuro, one of these persons who is fed up with the world and identifies it as his enemy. Well, because of past events he experienced and how people and classmates treat him. Soon he meets Sarah, another bullet, and after an incredible encounter, Kuro self-claims to be the villain of the story and Sarah the heroine. Soon he will destroy the world because to live is to destroy. Being his first original creation, you can see that Aka has amazing premises with his stories without being so convoluted, and that he doesn't focus on world building or even how amazing their powers are, but psychology and personality of their characters. Plus, they feel human, they doubt themselves or have more experiences than they seem to have. Even if he is the villain of the story, he doubts his actions. Even if she is the heroine, she wants to destroy everything. When creating characters, I like to start with an empty template and then fill it in with feelings that are as realistic as possible, drawing from my own experiences or stories from others. That way, these characters grow and eventually become powerful enough to destroy the story itself. That's what a good character looks like. Instant Bullet is great. You should read it. It's only 25 chapters long. And Aka wants to come back to continue writing it because, well, it's his life work. So how did Aka change from a battle manga about young people fighting with a destructive power manifested by their hatred to the world to, well, a romantic comedy? Well, funny story. One day he was doing smoked food at home and the idea just popped up. And just like that, 7 years later got 22 million copies in circulation. Wait, what? Smoke food? I never dated any girls my age during my high school days, so naturally I barely run into any rom-coms cliches, like going on a date wearing my school uniform. This happened to cross my mind while I was smoking my food, and it made me feel kinda sad. There was a huge difference between the ideal high school experience and the reality of my own experience. So I thought I could reclaim some of my youth through my own manga. That's why the setting of Kaguya-Sama is my dream, my fantasy. For me, emotions like this often serve as a foundation of my manga. Impressively, this is Aka's first rom-com and, well, we know what happened next. success. Tons of manga awards, 22 million copies in circulation, an amazing anime adaptation, and all because his editor told him to do something mainstream. But how did he do it? Because, as you know, Aka started writing this manga when Instant Bullet was still in serialization. He knew it was going to be cancelled and started working on Kaguya-Sama at the same time, and then boom, on top of the world, baby. Well, as I said, at first it's the premise that hooks the readers and viewers. Two geniuses trying to trick the other into confessing. Basically, it's the Death Note bit with Light and Elf fighting internally, but if they were lovers and in a comedic and romantic setting, right? That's going to grab the audience very fast and maybe keep them 2 to 4 episodes or chapters. But the secret to Aka's success is the development of its characters. Aka knows how to write great characters, and for a rom-com, obviously they have to be the center of the story. But Aka does something different. As we know, he takes a template, molds them into something readers can relate to, make them have a personality, and ending with the most important thing in storytelling: growth. There are many romantic stories, complicated or basic, where the characters don't do much. They just play their part with their personalities in wacky situations. Yet they grow in a conventional way, which may be to keep the story romantic or to save the romantic duo, and that's it. But Aka makes his characters grow for the sake of them, due to overcome his hatred for his classmates. Hayasaka to pursue her life without being chained to someone, and with that he hooks you with a great payoff. He does this dark twist here and there, where you can even forget that it's a comedy, and this is where his strength lies. In conclusion, he grabs you with a great premise and you stay for the character development. And obviously, he's a well-creative author. He adds a lot of unconventional details to make it, well, fun. Having a narrator is an awesome idea.
Because of it.
She's right, you know. And that's why she's best girl.
And the result of the day every end of the chapter is, well... There were some parts where I just let the characters develop on their own, but I was always planning to subvert the expectations that were established initially, because it's important for the readers to have something to relate to at the beginning of a new series. I used tropes as much as I could, however, I insert them with a goal of subverting them in the future. But now imagine it's not a romantic comedy, it's a supernatural drama about the dark secrets of the show business. What could happen to Aka's potential? Oshi No Ko launched in April 2020, and well, I haven't found where Aka was inspired, so if you know, feel free to write in the comment section. All I know is... So, are you saying that you are going to create the next manga with live action in mind? That's right, it'd probably be a realistic story set in the real world, no more fantasy. And since its release, it has been a boom in the manga industry. Everywhere you went, you could find it listed in the best manga to read, best recommendation, and several manga award nominations. So what is it about? What is the story of this big hit? It's a bit convoluted, so I'll tell it in the most basic way possible. And obviously with spoilers from the first episode. Basically, we have this doctor who is a big fan of an idol called Ai Hoshino. Oh, what? His patient is a big fan too? So maybe they can bond and she's dead. Oh, but what is happening? The idol is there too, and she's pregante. Oh no, nobody has to know that she's pregnant because she's an idol. But don't worry, Doctor I'm your biggest fan is going to help you deliver those. And he's dead. Oh, she just gave birth to twins. Oh, what? The doctor was reincarnated as one of the twins? And she was also reincarnated? I wonder who it will be. Don't worry, your babies are going to make sure your idol career will be a success and top. And she's dead. Basically, Aka knows that his strengths lie in his characters and their psychology. So, Oshi No Ko is a story that explores how this character can work towards his goals of avenging her, while maintaining a facade of a celebrity, while maintaining a facade of a celebrity son, while maintaining a facade of being reincarnated. All this while enduring the dark side of the show business and how it affects him psychologically. In short, Aka made these characters for the purpose of how much he could endure before breaking him. He took his strengths and pushed them to the extreme, and that's just in terms of the characters. But there are a lot of themes among the story that highlights the manga. How social media plays a big part in show business and mental health, how in reality many celebrities are being controlled by their managers, the dark things that people have to overcome to be in the spotlight, and etc and etc. You can really tell that Aka made an effort to do something more than just another story, that he stopped writing writing a mainstream manga and started something serious. Way to go, man! So he modified his formula. Instead of just making a premise to hook the readers and make them stay for the development, in this manga the whole premise is a mystery that becomes the whole plot. And if you add the character development, the dense plot, and some of the dark issues behind the showbiz world, this manga becomes amazing. But hard to keep writing. Sometimes plot arcs don't mean anything to the main story. Some protagonists become useless. The story takes twists and turns and get to places where you wonder, how did we get here? I applaud mangakas when they want to evolve their storytelling, but when they grow up, they are going to encounter some obstacles to overcome, and that's normal. I stopped reading this manga because I caught up with it years ago, so maybe those things have improved. Hey manga readers, write in the comments if it's still a great manga. Aka has a great potential as a story writer. Oshi No Ko is great because he's exploiting his strengths in a series stories that can be more meaningful to you. So much so that he stopped drawing the art so he could concentrate on storytelling. And you can see that his effort paid off just by looking at the ratings, at the achievements he's made, and I have to tell you that he's a really nice guy. To know more about him, I read his interviews and he clearly is a chill guy who wants to make stories. The guy just had an interview with a VTuber and he told her that one of his conditions for a wife is that she has to be a plat in Apex. I'll link the interviews, they are really funny, you should read them. I'm afraid that the anime is not being a faithful adaptation. The prelude is 10 chapters and they adapted it in 1 hour, which in my opinion is not enough, and you can see some people confused. Well, I don't know, I'm not an expert, I'm just a guy explaining about a mangaka, so thanks for watching, bye!